Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. So first of all, can you hear me? Can you see me? Because I cannot see I cannot see myself in the video now. So can you please put your plus to the chat if you can see and hear me well? So just put your pluses to the chat if you can see me. Oh, hi. Okay, great. Well, fine. So first of all, I want to say that these answers are not official. They are just checked by me. So I also have passed this ZNO test. This test I have passed, and I got my own answers connected to those to all the tasks. So this is not official, first of all, and we're gonna start right now. So firstly, we're going to start with the listening task. Here you had to look at the pictures and to choose the answer. So first of all, let's negotiate, let's do it together. In the first question, what does the speaker like drawing most? What do you have chosen, guys? In the first one, you chose A, B, or C? Yes, so you chose A, and that is correct, yeah, because the audio talked about sunset, yeah, so he likes drawing the sunsets. So A is like about the sunset, about that sun. Well done. The second one, what sport does the speaker do? A, B, or C? Your choice. See, that's right, yes. So talking about sport, he mentioned tennis, yeah. So tennis lessons, he attended those, like the speaker attended those tennis lessons, and that is why C is correct. Well done, yes, so that is C. The next one, which sandwich will the hotel guest be served? A, B, or C? Tuna sandwich, chicken sandwich, or maybe cheese sandwich? What is your choice? So, wait a second, I'm gonna perhaps choose the answers. Oh, yeah. So I can choose the answers for you. So this is B, right? You can see that. So which sandwich will the hotel guests be served? That is B, because they talk like that the hotel is out of tuna, тобто в них закінчився тунець. So that is why B is the correct answer. That's right, that is chicken. 4. What does the speaker complain about? Having too much homework, having lots of extracurriculars, and having too little time for sport. So 4. Yes, that's right. So 4A. So the speaker complained about having too much homework, and yep, so that is why A is correct. 4A, good. 5. What is the speaker's occupation? Is the speaker a pianist, a researcher, or a teacher? So 5A, B, or C? So 5, that's B, that is a researcher. So the speaker's occupation is a researcher, because he said that he's a scientist, right? And talking about the scientist, you cannot choose like the pianist or the teacher, like they are not the scientists. Only the researcher is a scientist. 6. What is Marilyn's main argument in favor of renting a flat in the city center? The space for parking, the facilities for shopping, or the cost of travel? 6. So what do you have chosen in the 6th answer? Yes, that's right, the cost of travel. So this is the correct answer, because the speaker was talking about how much time you spend, how much you spend, how much you spend for those travels. So the cost of travel is the main argument of Marilyn. Well done, good. The next one is true or false. So here you had to listen to the text and mark those sentences as true or false. So here, 7. In Britain, loud fireworks shows are not allowed next to dwellings. So, what is your answer? Here, 7, that's true or not? Plus. Yeah, okay. So, the first one, that is true. So you can see here in Britain, loud fireworks shows are not allowed next to dwellings. That is true. It was stated. It's clear. Okay. 8. Quiet fireworks displays lack colors compared to traditional shows. True or false? So you say false, and that is absolutely correct. Yes. So it was, it was described as the impressive show, right? So this firework, it was this impressive show. So that is why this sentence is false. 9. Quiet fireworks were created for mass celebrations. So 9, true or false? Rose, we will move to the first and the second after checking these 11 tasks, and then we'll move again to the first and the second for you to see and for me to, again, to mark it. But 9 is false. So quiet fireworks were created for mass celebrations. This is false. It was not created for those mass celebrations. Good. 10. Dogs often get lost after big, loud fireworks shows. So true or false? This is true, yes. Yes, it was stated that dogs are really afraid of such fireworks. That is why they mostly got lost. Okay, 11. People can enjoy sparkling sky shows in the complete silence. In complete silence, true or false? False. Well done. Yeah, because it was stated not incomplete. And I remember you asked me about the first tasks. Well, the first two tasks. So let me also mark it too. So the first one, that was A, about the sunset, and the second one, it was about tennis. So 1A and 2C. Okay. The rest are clear. Let's move on. 12. So here you had to again listen to the audio file and to choose the correct answer that fits the most. What is said about Carla's first clothes design experience? A. She designed clothes for a school event. B. Her clothes made her popular at school. Or C. Her clothes frightened off her friends. So what you have chosen in the 12th task here? What's your answer? That's right, yep. So 12, that's C. Her clothes frightened off her friends. Good. 13. What influenced Carla's desire to become a designer? A. The contrast in Mexican people's style of clothing. B. The success of the American fashion industry. Or C. The opportunity for fashion business in Mexico City. So 13, what is your answer? So what influenced Carla's desire to become a designer? Well, here I have both answers, which I'm not really sure. Like, it may be A, as you already write that in the chat, so it may be A, and it may also be C, right? So it may be or A or B. I'm not really sure about that. So what influenced Carla's desire to become a fashion designer? Perhaps the contrast of Mexican people's style of clothing, because she was talking about Mexico City. She was talking about that contrast, and also she talked about the opportunity for fashion business. Yes, so she talked both about both of these things, and that is why it's like I'm not really sure about that. So it may be or A or C. What about the next 14? Why did Carla study in her native country? So she could not give up dressmaking in Mexico. B, she could not afford to study in London. C, she could not decide on the course abroad. B. That's right. So in the 14th, that's B, because She wanted, yeah, she wanted to, but she could not afford to study in London. But she had that desire, but could not afford. She didn't have enough money for studying abroad. Good. 15. What fashion tendency does Carla like? A. People pay more attention to their clothing. B. People prefer wearing practical clothes. C. People choose clothes with broad shoulders. So 15. Oh, 15, that's A. Well done. So, what fashion tendency does Carla like? People pay more attention to their clothes. Well, she said that with clothes, people mostly express themselves, right? They show their personality, their character, and so on. So that is why A it sounds more correct. So 15A. And last one, 16. What makes a successful fashion designer according to Carla? A good education, a genuine talent, or a professional team? So 16. That's C. A professional team, yes, because she was talking about those lots of people who work for the same purpose and for, well, the professional team, like in other words, is described there. Well done, good. So then let's move to the reading task. You know, it didn't sound to be very difficult. It sounds to be easy, but still, let's check what you have got there. Well, about 13, I'm not really sure. So you can see here that I'm not really sure what may be here, or A or C. Like, it sounded both to me, like they described both things. So that is why I'm not really sure about 13. It may be or A or C. We'll check that in the official answers. And talking about reading, let's move there. First of all, 17. Enjoy a fabulous Los Angeles holiday in our timeless luxury place near Beverly Hills. So what you've got there? So 17. What's your answer? Well, yeah, I'm gonna check perhaps there. I'll move to another page and then to the previous one. Which advertisement is about a job vacancy, accommodation, camping, an online show, healthcare, a telecom provider, education, and rental company? So you chose which one? Accommodation. Me too. Yep. So let me write there B. So accommodation, because you talk well, the text talks here about those, like, say $40 per night. Like, you may only stay in accommodation, nowhere else. So that is why B is correct. Yeah. So about accommodation. 18. So 18, it's about E, health care, right? So I wrote here E, you may see that. So wellness is our priority. So wellness the same as health. The wellness це є здоров'я в цілому. It's like your condition. So that is why 18, that's about health care. So that's it. 19, what do you got here? Now hiring. So as well as we have here hiring, that's A. Yeah, so that's about the job vacancy. That's right. 20. So here the text describes, those live performances, and it sounds like the radio. So that is why a telecom provider seems to be correct here. So 20, that's F. Good, that's right. So let's move on. 21. So as far as we talk here about summer is coming, and here in this text, the academic goals are described. Yes, so spend the summer on campus or online and be one step closer to reaching your academic goals. So what is here? That's education as far as we talk about the academic goals. That is why. Why not D? Why not an online show? Well, we do not talk here, like the text does not talk about this show, Well, it talks about the academic goals. So academic goals, academic word is only described to the, well, it only talks about the education. So that is why education seems to be correct in 21. So that is in my opinion. So G seems to be correct. So, well, we'll check. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Perhaps, well, it seems to be the educational purpose because academic goals, like the word academic, it's not about show, but perhaps it may be D. So, well, in my opinion, that's G. Because of academic goals, I think that's education, G. Good. So the next one, 22, here you had to read the text, right? So about Julian and about her adventures, about her survival. So, and now you have to choose the answers that seems to be most important, that seems to be the correct one for the text. So which of the following is true of Julian according to paragraph 1? A. Julian wanted to be a zoologist after graduation. Julian's father was a well-known scientist. Julian was going to spend holiday in Germany, or Julian's parents put her on a plane in Lima. So what do you got there? Yes, so 22, that's B. You do not really know in the first paragraph it was not described that she wants to be a zoologist. Like the text didn't talk about her desire to be a zoologist after graduation. In the first paragraph, pay attention. You do not talk about the whole text, but you talk about the first paragraph. And in the first paragraph, it was only described that she went, well, she went to spend her like Christmas holidays with her father, who works in the rainforest, right? And it was described that her father is a zoologist, so that is why he seems to be the well-known scientist. Yes. So her father was a well-known scientist because it was described that he made a research in the rainforest, but it was not it was not described here about her desire that she wants to be a zoologist or someone else. In the first paragraph, pay attention, only in the first paragraph. So here this is very important, not in the whole text, but in the first paragraph. 23. How did Julian's father help her to survive in the rainforest? He taught her how to find the way in the jungle. That's it, yes. So it was also described in the second paragraph that when she landed there in the rainforest, she immediately remembered her father's words. Like once he told her how to survive in the rainforest, to follow the stream, to find the stream and to follow it, to find the people in the end who may help you. So he taught her how to find the way in the jungle. 24. Why did Julian decide to spend the night by the riverside? 24. That's C. Good. So 24, that's C. She couldn't sleep comfortably in the house. Also in the text, it was described that she she found the house, but she found it uncomfortable to sleep on the ground. That is why she went to the riverside to sleep on the sand. So that is why 24C is correct. 25. What did the three people think when they met Julian? 25. C, right? So 25, that's C. She was a supernatural creature. Well, firstly, when those three people saw her, they thought like perhaps she's a spirit, like, blonde, pale-faced girl. So perhaps she's that river spirit or water spirit. So they thought that she was a supernatural creature. Good. 26. Which of the following is stated in the text about Julian's life after the crash? So 26. 26, that's D. She got an award for her autobiographical story, right? Well, it was described in the last paragraph about the documentary film, but we did not know who directed that documentary film. That was another director, not her. Like, it wasn't she that directed that film, but it was directed by her book. We did not really know does she play there or not, so it's not stated. And also we did not really know which university she graduated from. So that is why she got an award for her autobiographical story. It was described that she got this, literature award in a year for her story, how she fell off the sky, right? So that was 26. Good. 27. Which with this Facebook application you can so 27. What do you got there? My music. So 27, I chose here D. So my music, because let others access your favorites. Well, when we talk about music, when we talk about songs we like, mostly they are like our favorites. And because of that, I think that my music is D. Like, you talk here about music, your library, and your friends who may have the access to your favorites, to your songs. So that is why I chose my music, 27, D. 28, birthday cards. 28, that's F. So here, create something collectively. As far as this text describes that you may team up with your friends to design cards, this is the only possible variant to create something collectively in team, to create that cards in team. 29. So 29, I chose their G. So discover unexpected ties of your fellows. So 29, that's G. Because it may surprise you that your friends may be so tied together, so that is why that is like that unexpected ties of your fellows. Good. So 29G. 30, scramble. What is 30? I chose here H. Enjoy yourself training your brain, right? So 30, that's H, because sharpen your mind. Yeah, so sharpen your mind is like to train your mind by challenging you to do something. So that is why you may train your brain by playing that game. So 30, that's H. 31. 31, that's E. Right? So this Facebook application can contribute to saving nature. So I think it was quite easy about 31st, because you talk here about the environment, about nature, So that is why, like, every time when you talk about saving the nature, it's like about the environment and about all those stuff about plants, animals, so on. Good. 32. That's B. So 32, that's B, upgrade the existing application. So yeah, as far as the text here talks about getting taking your Facebook wall to another level, to a new level, that is how to upgrade the existing application. So this application already exists, but now you upgrade, you improve it, in other words, right? So 32, that's B. Good. Let's move on to the other task. Here you had to read this text and to find the most appropriate sentences that would fit the paragraph. So 33. What do you got there? So 33, that's E. So let's read. Yep. So last Sunday, more than 70,000 people traveled from all over the UK to take part in a massive demonstration in London, demanding that Prime Minister and the other delegates traveling to the Paris Climate Change Conference this week come back with a positive, strong deal. Yeah. So that's right. So get 34. So 34, that's B. Let's see why. So 34, that's B. Members of different environmental organizations and various individual activists traveled to London to come together and make their voices heard. So those people were traveling, and they were traveling to London, of course, and they wanted to come together to make their voices heard. 35. What is 35? So 35 in my answer, that's D. So let's see, protesters who wore costumes such as polar bear and giraffe outfits that walked to the government building in Westminster and everyone carried a placard to make sure they were seen and heard by Westminster. Well, you said that it also be H? Well, I was thinking about H too, right? Like, you know, so I was just reading your comments here. Well, yeah, I'm thinking about H2. Like, well, that seems to be because of the structure. Because of the structure of the sentence, both are possible. Like, I was thinking about D and H2. They walked and they carry these placards, or maybe they play the instruments. So yeah. It doesn't suit the context. Well, I'm not really sure. Like, well, I was thinking about the structure of the sentence, and the structure said that like both answers are possible, but it seems to be that H perhaps is better one because you talk here about those like polar bears and giraffe outfits, and perhaps they were doing something crazy, so that is why they were playing those discs and instruments. So, well, let it be still H. Yep, yeah. So I think to that age it seems to be like more appropriate because of those like, you know, outfits and something crazy that they were doing. So let's be age. Good. So 36, the global demonstration consisted of 2,300 other events. So 36. What you got there? So 36, that's C. Yeah. Good. So the global demonstration consisted of other events that took place simultaneously in 175 countries. So those events happened at the same time in different countries. So that is 36C. Okay. In total, over 785,000 people. F. Mobilized from different countries and cultures. That's it. Their demands were anonymous. The world leaders must give a promise. 38, that's G. What was the promise? To keep all fossil fuels in the ground. So, well, I'm not really sure that you can understand what I've got there. So let me also write there this small letter for you to understand. So there are the possible variants, but I'm sure that most of them are, of course, correct. So the next one is 39, and here we are moving to grammar, well, my favorite part. So here we have, we're going to talk about the grammar and the usage of some words. So here you had to read the text and to choose the correct answers according to the text that fits the most. So we had a promise to what? So 39, that's A. We had promised to meet again, right? So we had promised to meet again. 40. As I waited to board the plane, I heard the announcement that my flight was being delayed by an hour. Well, my heart was heavy. I was already what? I was already missing my friend. Yeah. As I said in melancholy, a figure appeared from before my eyes. It was my friend with whom I had partied earlier, right? Oh, it's right. Yep. So you may see here the answers, and if you have any questions connected to those possible variants that I chose, you may ask me. But let me explain some words to you. Flight. The word flight, it mostly concerns only the plane, the airports. So all the airport vocabulary is about flight, yeah. And when you talk about going into the plane, it's to board a plane. To board a plane. To land a plane is like to be in your destination country, right? So to get to your destination, that is to land plane. But to board the plane is just to get into the plane and then fly somewhere where you should fly. Good. What about the next one, 44? So 44, that is D. Hungary has managed, right? Hungary has managed to set a new world record. So it's like they were able to do that. So Hungary has managed. 35, with several school children taking part, right? So to take part is to participate. So to take part is to participate. So several school children taking part, and la la la. The aim was what? 46. Yeah. So the aim was to break the current US record. So it's to break the record, to set up the new one, you know. 47. The mayor of the city, 5th district, hoped the record would what? 47. Would promote Budapest to the world. So it would advertise the Budapest to the world. It would advertise Budapest to the whole world to promote it. That just means the same. So promote is like to advertise. 48. This modern obelisk shows how we could what? 48. We call attention. It's like to draw attention, and the same is to call attention. 48, that's C. Good. Why do we sleep? So here you had to choose the correct grammar answer, because here you have the tenses, the different past, present, future tenses, which you have to choose, or active or passive voice. So the first one, 49, this is a question that, what you have chosen here? 49, that's B. This is a question that has puzzled scientists for centuries, and the answer is no one is really sure, right? Some believe that sleep gives the body a chance to recover from the day's activities, but in reality, the amount of energy saved by sleeping for even 8 hours is minimal. The same amount of energy is in a piece of toast. 52. So 52, that's ought. So we ought to sleep. Well, pay attention that here, you have can, should, and must. These are modal verbs, you know. Mostly modal verbs, they are used without to. So it's modal verb is used without to. It's can sleep, should sleep, must sleep. But as far as you have here to sleep, you should have chosen the answer that is used with to. Ought to do something, right? So ought to buy. And let's also look in the 50s answer, like no one. If you have no, the word no, after that you should use this negative sentence, you know. Like as far as you have no, it is already a negative sentence, and because of that you cannot use not here. If you have anyone isn't. So if you have no, you only have to use the positive verb. So it's like no one is really sure because of no. If you have any, then with any you may use isn't, but with no you have to use only the positive verb. That is why no one is. And the next one, 53, in other words, well, it's clear, like, in other words, іншими словами, yeah. So this is like the expression. This is the phrase that is always like that. It's a stable phrase. Ну, давайте ще раз вам повторю. Can, should і must не використовуються з часткою to. Да? Це модальні дієслова, ви, можливо, пам'ятаєте, що модальні дієслова використовуються з інфінітивом без частки to. Can do something. Should do something. Must do something. А ought to – це модальне дієслово, яке вже відразу використовується з to, ought to. Та, ought to, as well as be able to. Є такі модальні дієслова, як ought to, be able to, які вже відразу використовуються з часткою to. Але в основному після модальних дієслів частка to не використовується. А ви тут маєте to sleep, тому ought to sleep. So, let's move on to, in other words, yeah, it's clear. Let's move on to the next task. 54. On Facebook, a single post of her what? Of her performance. So, on Facebook, a single post of her performance, cheerleading routine has received more than... Oh, wait a second. It seems that I made a mistake here. On Facebook, a single post of her... Oh my god, sorry, yeah, I made a mistake. No, it's A. So, well, I got confused really. Because on Facebook, a single post of her performing cheerleading routine. Yeah, so this like performing it describes the routine. So it is like the question to the routine. So because of that you have performing, not performance, yeah. That's it, good. The next one, the young cheerleaders' parents, yeah, so 55, that's C. You talk here about one person, about a singular person, and that is why cheerleaders, so apostrophe goes before S. But if you talk about like this one, apostrophe after S is about a lot of people. So if there were 3 cheerleaders, and you talk about their parents, so that would be about D. But in that case, C is only possible variant because you talk about about one person. So that is why apostrophe goes before S. Well, we're talking about one person. 2-year-old Dishy Garcia has become an internet sensation. So you talk here about only one person. Yeah, so this is a one person, has become. It shows that this is singular. So that is why you talk about cheerleaders. Тобто в 55-му саме однина, тому що ми говоримо про одну людину, да? Yeah, of her posts has become and so on. Good. The next 56, said they started teaching her how to balance before she, what? Before she turned 1. Yeah. So what is your answer? Well, you're talking about your phone. That's quite great, but still, like, what about the answers? What in 56 you chose? So, said they started teaching her how to balance before... Oh, well, okay, right, great. I can see now your answers. Because she, before she has turned, you say? Well, I'm thinking about A or B. Like before she has turned, or before she turns 1. Yes, you have here before, and that is why I'm thinking about that too, you know, like before she has turned, let it be A. Well, yeah, let it be A for now, before she has turned 1, but we're talking here about the future, you know, like, oh, we're not talking about the future, we're talking about the past, yeah. So, how to balance before she even turned 1, and we're surprised how to how easily she followed something, right? So where is this? Oh my god, I can't find anything. Great. So that is not A, yeah. So that is D, because you took were surprised before she turned. Present perfect, like here you use present perfect. It is used mostly for the actions that happen before the moment of speaking. Тобто present perfect взагалі використовується найближче до теперішнього, тобто до моменту мовлення відбулася якась дія. But here you talk about were surprised before she turned 1, перед тим, як їй став 1 рік, да? І вони були здивовані, це все в минулому. And that is why it seems that D is correct, because like, you know, like before she turned 1, it was in the past, and these actions are simultaneous. They were surprised, and she turned, so past simple is used here, not present perfect. 57. So what is in the 57s you have? She listens, she amuses, and she really enjoys, right? Yeah, because you have here listens, amuses, and enjoys. Good. What about the next one? 58. If she didn't enjoy, right? If she didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it, and she wouldn't be able to perform those stunts. First of all, let's look at this structure. If she didn't enjoy it, she wouldn't do it. Here you have the second conditional, right? So this is the second conditional. Let me write here like cond. You will understand that this is the conditional tense. So the second conditional is the unreal present, yeah, or unreal present. So the second conditional, if she didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it now, but she enjoys, that is why we do it. So this is the second conditional, and second conditional is mostly used like if plus past simple, then you use this comma, and then you use would plus infinitive. Чому amuses? Тому що listens, amuses and enjoys. Там скрізь в цьому реченні використовується present simple. Вона слухає, їй це подобається, і вона це насолоджується. Так? So she listens, she amuses, and she enjoys it. Well, yes, you have the point here. So she listens, she is amused. And she really enjoys it. Yes, it may be here like, you know, she listens, she is amused, again present simple, yeah, and she really enjoys it. And now, yeah, it seems to be that right, yeah. So again, it's like present simple here. So let me write here like PS, so you will see that's present simple, because you have here, well, yeah, she listens, she is amused because she's a child, and she is like, yeah, she is amused by somebody. So 51, that seems to be B still, yeah, you have the point. So she is amused by somebody, тобто її хтось розважає, і вона цим насолоджується від цього. So she listens, she is amused, and she really enjoys it. Okay. Because, yeah, it's not the same. So we have the point here. So she is amused, it's present simple. That's right. В 58-му тільки D, можливо, відповідь, тому що ми говоримо про другий conditional, про другий умовний спосіб. Так? Другий умовний спосіб – це unreal present, нереальне теперішнє. Вона цим насолоджується зараз, тому ми це робимо. Да? Другий conditional використовується if плюс past simple, кома, плюс would і інфінітив. Тому if she didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it. So you ask about 20s, let's check. Let me move again to the 20s if you have so many questions about that. Let's just move. F not D, let's see. What is D? An online show. Well, this is the radio, you know. In 20s we have the radio. Тут ми говоримо саме про радіо. About those like here, relaxed live performances. And telecom provider, this is about the radio transmission. В 20-му все-таки говоримо про радіо, і telecom provider якраз і означає ось це radio transmission. Like talking about radio and about live performances and so on. Yeah, like you talk here about the performances that you can hear somewhere and the guests. You know, like it's in your mind that you understand that you talk here about the radio and about those performances and the guests who are invited. Oh. Yep. And in the last one, the last task that you had to do is to write the letter, right? So, you had to write here a letter. You have got a letter from your English friend in which she writes about her achievements in chemistry. Write a letter to your friend in which you tell him what your favorite subjects were at school and what your teachers did to make the lessons interesting, how the acknowledgement of those subjects may influence your future career and why. Give some pieces of advice on how to arrange your timetable to be good at studies. Well, here, first of all, you had to think about the informal letter, yeah? So you had to write the informal letter, at least of 150 words to your friend. And in the informal letter you could have written those, you know, like contracted forms, тобто могли бути скорочення, and you had to write like those in a friendly tone, letter in a friendly tone, like, hi, Mary, comma, then I'm glad to see you, and so on. So everything there should have been written in the informal way with contracted forms and so on. And also you had to write those like 3 paragraphs in which you have to include the questions, the points you have here, like your favorite subject, the subjects that may have influenced your career, and the advice. So I'm really sure that you managed to write that letter and that everything is good. So that is why I wish you success. I wish you to receive those high marks in the exam. So I'm really sure that you passed this still for the flying colors, you know. And that is all for today. Like we have finished checking the tasks. If you have any questions, you may ask me in the chat. I'll try to answer. And again, good luck. That's all. Goodbye.